Hey guys, it's CrystalRenèe here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thanks for joining. Hey my planty friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is CrystalRenèe. And in this video, I'm going to do a little bit of plant chores and announce my plant giveaway winners. And since you're here, if you can give this video a like, subscribe, and also comment below. This all helps out my channel and it will be greatly appreciated. And if you're interested in what I have to share with you in this video, then stay tuned. So the first chore on my list today is potting up my philodendron silver sword. As you can see, she's put out one new leaf since having her in my possession, and she's also pushing out a new leaf here. Right now she's in sphagnum moss. She's been this way since I received her in this same planter. And today I'm going to be putting her in pond, and I'm going to find a pot big enough for her roots. I haven't yet checked out her roots, so we'll be doing that together. She should be fairly easy to pull out of here because she is just loosely put in. Here I have a planter, and I'm just going to slowly pull her out. Ooh, and this moss is a little damp, but not too wet. She has a very long root. Now, when removing your plants from sphagnum moss, you want to be very gentle with doing so because you can rip the roots off, and that is what I'm trying not to do. So I'm kind of gently removing the sphagnum moss, as you can see. So as you can see, she has a nice set of roots. So I'm going to find a planter that best fits her roots. So I have this self-watering planter here, and I think she'll go great in it. So this is what I'll be using. So here in this bucket, I have a mixture of leca and pond, and that is what I will be using to pot up my silver sword. So I'm going to layer the bottom. You only want to layer the bottom about 1/3 of the way. I'm going to place her in like so, and then I'm going to backfill. Okay, she is all set, and I think she looks good in this planter. Now I'm going to give her a little bit of water. I'm going to fill her up just enough so that the water touches the bottom of the inner pot that's there, and she should do great. So now my silver sword now lives in pond and leca, and I will keep you updated to see how she does. So next I have my Syngonium chia pence. I know it's been a while since you've seen this plant. This plant almost died, like most of my plants, but I tend to have a knack for reviving them, I guess. So she's doing great. As you can see, she has 4 leaves now, and this is the newest leaf. which looks amazing. Right now I have her in perlite, and as you can see, her roots are hanging out, and I kind of want to get her out of the perlite because I feel like she's been in there a while. So I'm going to put her in some pond and see how she likes the pond life. So what I have here is a prop box that already has perlite in it. So I'm just going to remove her from this perlite and dump the perlite in here. As you can see, her roots look okay. They look a little brown, but they are not rotted. So I'm not sure if that's what chia pence roots look like, or if they can be a lot whiter, or if I'm just saving them in time. So I'm going to find a planter that's best for her and convert her over to pond. So I'm actually going to go ahead and use the planter that she was already in, which is this one here. And I'm going to layer the bottom with some of my pond. I'm going to gently place her back in like so. As you can see, it's much easier for me to go ahead and pour the pond in rather than scooping it in little by little. She's now in pond. And if you notice, I did not remove the perlite that was stuck to her roots because I don't feel like it will hurt the plant. So I just let it be. And I'm going to add a little water to the bottom of the reservoir. Okay. So that looks like it's going to be enough water. And now my Syngonium chia pence now lives in pond. And I think she looks pretty cute. Next plant that I'm going to be repotting is my Monstera celtibacana aurora variegated. It is currently living in pond, but as you can see, her roots are very crowded in here. And every time I water her, she seems to dry out very quickly. So I'm going to try to upgrade her pot size. So I think moving her up to this pot would be perfect. So it fits perfectly into the planter that she was currently in. So what I'm going to do is slowly remove some of this pond that's already in here. Ooh, and her root is stuck at the bottom, so let me try to get her out of there. So as you can see, she has a nice set of roots on her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep her attached to her moss pole. So hopefully this planter gives it a little bit more room to soak up as much water she needs without drying out so quickly. And as you can see, this moss pole is really, really dry. I haven't been watering it, sadly, but I will today. So as I watered the moss pole, the water went down to the bottom, so she is nice and watered. And she's been loving the pond life so far, but as you can see, I have a few brown tips. Once she perks back up and get nice and strong again, I may just completely remove this leaf, but she is currently pushing out a new leaf as we speak. And she's pushed out this new leaf down here at the bottom. So that is my Monstera siltepecana or variegated. So next we have this variegated heartleaf philodendron that I've been rooting. I kind of chopped her up, and as you can see, she is quite rooted in there. So I'm going to pot this up in pond as well. For this, I think I'm going to add her to this glass vase here. I did get some more leca and pond mixture. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this from the perlite. As you can see, each leaf is rooted up nicely. So I'll just add them to the planter. This leaf is actually starting to push out a new growth point here. Now this one didn't have a leaf, but it does have a nice root system and it has a growth point pushing out. So I'm just going to add it to the planter as well, because eventually it'll push out a nice, beautiful leaf. Now this one's pushing out a new growth point as well right here. And the stem is a little bit longer, so just gonna try to place her. Same with this one, a little bit longer stem, but that is okay. So these are all at different levels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to backfill around the perimeter of each leaf. That way they can be pushed towards the center. So now she is comfortably in the pond, and I'm going to fill it up about 1/3 of the way with water. And there I have my variegated heartleaf philodendron. And hopefully she fills out and look beautiful. Next I have my, I'm sorry about the lighting if the lighting is a little bit, this is the best I can do right now. So I have my Monstera Peru, which have been rooting in basically water and leca. And I'm not too sure how these roots are doing. I have not checked on them. So now is the time. We're going to do that together. Okay, so this particular leaf has not rooted at all for me in the leca and water. So because you can root plants in pond, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope for the best and see if it has any success rooting in the pond. These two other leaves, on the other hand, as you can see, has pushed out a nice little root. And it also has a tiny, tiny growth point in there that you can hardly see, but it is there. This leaf has significant roots and it's pushing out a new leaf, so it was very happy in the leca. So I just know that it's going to love this pond life, so I'm going to find a planter to switch it over in and get that potted up. So I'm going to go with another one of these glass vases so that I can keep an eye on the roots. And I'm going to add a little bit more to the bottom just because I don't want it too far down into the planter. So there is my Monstera Peru. And I'm going to add some water. And there she is. So the last plant that I want to pot up in pond is this Philodendron Silver Stripe. She is rooting in the leca, but I do have some leaves that are kind of dying off. So we're going to pot up what we can in the pond and see if we can salvage the rest. The pond down into the bottom of this rough, okay. And then I'm going to add them. Okay, yes, that's much better. This leaf, it's pushing out a new growth point, has some roots, but it has a little bit of rotting roots, just a tiny few. We'll remove those and place it in. This one has some new roots growing in as well, a growth point, and we're just going to pop that one in. This tiny little leaf has some roots growing out of it, and we're just going to pop that in as well. And as for this cutting, it dried out. It did not make it. Just fill it. So now I have my Philodendron Silver Stripe, and hopefully this thing fills out and look great. I'm gonna fill it up, backfill it with water about a third of the way. So we potted up 6 beautiful plants today, and hopefully they all do great. And now let's get into the part of the video you've all been waiting for, and that is announcing my plant giveaway winners. As promised, I am going to now announce the winners of my plant giveaway. I'm going to post the names here on the screen. And if you haven't yet reached out to me with your mailing information to my Instagram, please do so that I can get these mailed out no later than the end of this week. If any of the winners do not reach out to me in time, one of you lucky winners may get more than one plant. So, with that being said, the winner of the Scindapsus Silver Splash is Harleah the Swamp Bitch. Harleah, if you're watching this, please contact me via DM if you haven't already, and congratulations. The winner of the Hoya Carrii is Your Life Matters. Congratulations, and if you haven't yet reached out, please do. The winner of the Hoya Silver Splash is DL. Hey Dee, congratulations. And if you haven't yet reached out to me, please do. Last but not least, the winner of the Hoya Obovata is Betsy's Business. Congratulations to all of you. And as I mentioned earlier, multiple times, please contact me via DM on my Instagram, which you see posted on the screen, with your mailing information so I can get these winning plants out to you guys no later than the end of this week. And again, congratulations and thank you for joining me on my live. Now, if you've made it to the end of this video, you're greatly appreciated. And as I always say, enjoy peace, spread love, and be blessed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so that you never miss a post. Share with all your planty friends. And follow me on my Instagram so that we can interact.